the Connecting Point. I am Dr. Marcy, your facilitator for this discussion today. This is the place where creators connect to inspire, share their ideas and stories, to transform the world through raw and unedited talk. Now, audience, today I am here with somebody that I've been knowing for, oh Lord, I know about 8 years.
9 years.
8, 9 years, yeah. This is our dear, no, I ain't gonna tell that yet. This is Cora Fitch. And she, of course, is a colleague of mine, a dear heart. She is the one that saves the school in a lot of areas, y'all.
Mhm.
She is the school secretary. Welcome to the Connecting Point.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, wait till y'all hear. We not here to talk about school stuff, are we, Miss Fitch?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
We not talk about schools related anything. However, she does kind of pull on us about this topic here today. Well, before I do that, I've already told the Connecting Point, y'all know we work together. That's it.
Yes.
That's the Connecting Point. Now, Miss Fitch, can you tell the audience a little bit about where you're from and where you are now?
I am from Oakland, California. I went to college here in Georgia. I went to Payne in 90.
HBCU?
HBCU. Moved back to California. My mother got sick when I was in school, had cancer. I didn't want to be that far away from my mom. So I moved back home. I cut my education short and I moved back to California in 92. Took care of my mother. Lord forbid, they said my mother was going to live 6 months. She lived 5 years.
Wow.
After her diagnosis. So, and that being, I went into retail because I needed to work. I didn't want to just sit at home. So I worked at Foot Locker for 15 years.
Now, Miss Fitch, I didn't know that.
Yes, I was.
Wow.
Yeah, let me tell you, girl. I transferred after my mom passed. I said I need to, do things on my own. So I moved back to Georgia, but I moved with Foot Locker. So Foot Locker transferred me out to Georgia. I started working at Greenbrier in 97. Worked at Greenbrier, girl, got a store in 30 days. And guess where? In your hometown of Athens.
Now, Miss Fitch,
I opened the first kids' Foot Locker in Athens.
You did not tell me that, Miss Fitch.
Yes, ma'am. Had the store at y'all mall. Is it Mall of Georgia?
Yeah,
yeah.
Georgia Mall. Georgia Square Mall.
Yeah, Georgia Square Mall. Opened that store up, girl. Worked the store by myself for 6 months. Had to find staff because it was all new. I'm coming from California, girl. I was driving and commuting from Buckhead to Athens every day.
Wow.
Opened that store, started that store. I was the only Black woman out of 20 stores in our district that had a store.
I bet I've seen you and didn't even know.
Exactly. And my other colleague that went to Payne, he was the manager at Foot Action upstairs.
Wow.
So we connected back again from when I was in college. So it was a nice reuniting with everybody, seeing old friends and stuff coming back. But I was commuting that. I did it for 2 more years. And then I was like, I can't. The commute was killing me. The commute was killing me so far. So I came back to Georgia, but I left Foot Locker and went to Rockport Shoes. Started working in Rockport Shoes, but I came back and worked at Rockport, and I did that for a year. Got tired of Rockport for the year, and I got recruited by Liz Claiborne. Plus size store in Perimeter. So I did that for another 2 years and managed that store. And then I was like, you know what? Retail is consuming my life. I cannot do anything when I work retail. Christmas holidays, never had them off, never, never, never. My best friend was an ILS at Miles Elementary School.
I bet I know who that is.
That the ILS at that point was Mayana Solomon, and I was with Dr. Wayne Jack, and they hired me into the school system.
Wow.
And that's how I got into Atlanta Public Schools and been
Ever
strong
since.
ever since. And been
Ever since.
started in 2005.
Well, you know, your business expertise was needed in the role that you're in.
Right. And that's why it was so easy for me to
Uh-huh.
transition, because I knew I did payroll, I did books, I did finance, everything with retail. So I knew how to do everything. That's why the transition was so smooth, and my customer service is so great.
Yeah, and it is.
Yeah.
And it is.
Because I understand, because I don't look at, when you can't take a lot of things personal when it comes to this job. And that's what people fail to do. It's not towards you. They could have had a bad day today.
Right.
And I always, when they do have a bad day, I just sit there and listen, and they just come talk to me, and then we get it squared away. So I rarely get too many parent complaints, because I try to, entertain all their needs. Because, that's what we're here for.
That's it.
That's what I'm here for.
And I always say this, Miss Fitch, real leaders don't get offended by every little thing anyway.
Oh, they don't. You
can't get in your feelings about everything.
It's not geared towards you necessarily. You don't know what happened in their day.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, y'all see this here. She helped keep the school running. And I'm telling you, I know Miss Fitch gets tired of me. I said somebody, I need some batteries, Miss Fitch. I need some pencils, Miss Fitch. Miss Fitch, do you see my grades in the grade book?
Right.
She runs, this is the one get those report cards out.
Yes. Yes, I printed them out today, as a matter of fact.
I called Miss Fitch, I said, Miss Fitch, the check behind me now. Did I put everything in there like I'm supposed to? She's the one. So, a lot of times we always tell the principal what we're doing, but she another one. You better make sure Miss Fitch know what's going on in there, because
help me help you.
Parents are calling, and Miss Fitch, well, if you don't tell her, she don't know what to tell people. So I try to keep Miss Fitch on everything I'm doing.
And I thank you for that. I really appreciate your flyers, what the kids have to wear, because people don't realize, I'm the person that they come to for those things. They don't rarely go to the teacher. So if I don't know, how am I going to help them?
That's right. Now, I got to tell this story, Miss Fitch, before we get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Y'all, this been months ago. I think it might have been in September. Miss Fitch came to me and she said, Dr. Simmons, you heard that rip me out the plastic? She said, Dr. Simmons, you need to write a song for that rip me out the plastic. I know you could write one. That's what she said to me, did you, Miss Fitch?
Yes, I did. And you wrote it.
And I wrote that song. I sure did.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. And the kids loved it too.
Yeah, Miss Fitch, I had to put her in the video. So if y'all look at the video, y'all see somebody doing like this. That's Miss Fitch, because she inspired me to do that. And so that's the kind of community we have anyway at school, y'all. That's how we roll. Yes. But anyway, Miss Fitch is not here for that. No, ma'am. Y'all, she's not here for that. Miss Fitch has a major testimony. When I say major, we have seen the transformation. Miss Fitch, the connecting point is about connecting, inspiring, sharing ideas with others, and transforming the world. Miss Fitch has made a transformation. Now, many people don't know you, Miss Fitch. Right. But you have. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to even say much. I'm going to show a picture of Miss Fitch. This was how many years ago was it, Miss Fitch? I started 2 years ago. Okay, so don't say it. I really started 2020, right when the pandemic started. Okay, everybody, look at that picture. What do you notice? Miss Fitch over here in the green shirt, the West Banner shirts, which I'm sure she said, she told me recently, Dr. Simmons, I had to bring back all those shirts, they're too big. Miss Fitch, how much weight have you lost?
100 pounds. 100 pounds.
100 pounds. Y'all look at it good now, cause see, we're not playing. This is a transformation. 100 pounds, and we saw her in action every day at work. Now, I just wanted them to see that for a minute, Miss Fitch.
Okay.
Now, Miss Fitch, let's talk about this transformation.
Yes,
what inspired it?
What inspired it was I got engaged.
Oh, yeah, we remember that too. But y'all know we had to check them out.
Yes.
We weren't going to let just anybody have Miss Fitch.
Right. And I wanted the opportunity to pick out the wedding dress that I wanted. Not what I was subjected to because of my size. I wanted to freelance with what I was going to wear. I didn't want to have to be, conform to a certain style. I wanted to be able to fit anything I wanted to fit. That's what started it. But then also what started, I just feel better. I wanted to feel better. I felt sluggish. I felt like I was dragging. I was always out of breath. I'm tired of taking blood pressure pills. I was tired of all that. And I woke up and I said, God, please help me. I need help. I need help. I need you to take the food taste out of my mouth, because I didn't realize that I was an emotional eater.
Let's put a pin right there, Miss Fitch. What is an emotional eater? For the folks that don't know.
An emotional eater is when you're eating and you're not hungry.
Just eating.
Just because it's there. And where we work, it's hard to say no.
Yes.
And you have a kindergarten child come to you and say, Dr. Simmons, it's my birthday today.
You want a cupcake?
Will you please have one of my cupcakes? And girl, and what do we do?
But you know what, Miss Fitch, I turned them down. I said, baby, thank you so much.
I do now. I didn't before.
I just can't anymore. But I do want to say this too. People in education, it's tough.
It is.
It really is. And I want to say this because I know a lot of people look at, we're with the kids, but our physical bodies go through a lot. We can't just get up and go use the bathroom.
Right.
Because we got kids in our midst.
Yes.
I remember, this has been years ago. Mayor Andrew Young was speaking. You remember at convocation one year?
Yes.
He came to speak. We had a convocation. And I would never forget him saying his wife worked in the school system. And she couldn't go to the bathroom, and it affected her health.
Wow.
And I sat there and I said, oh no, they're not going to do that to me. But really, to be honest with you, you don't just walk out and leave the children in the room. So you have to have scheduled times that you go.
Right.
And then talking about food. Right. Now, I've worked in predominantly African-American schools most of my career. And we eat, y'all. Every little function, we bring in something to eat. Yes. Banana pudding.
Yes.
Peach cobbler.
Yes.
Fried fish, fried chicken, Now.
Yes.
We eat.
Yes.
But now we're starting to look more at our health.
Right.
And doing those things that are good for us. Now, Miss Fitch, back to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, where did you start, though?
So let me tell you how it all came about. Dr. Lawrence.
That's our principal, y'all.
We were out of school for that year. We was working from home. Me and Dr. Lawrence was the first people to come back to the building during the pandemic. And when we came back to the building, he was small. And I
Lost
said,
weight.
what have you been doing? Are you okay? He said, I've been working out.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it too. Why don't we start a regimen and we start working out together? I said, okay. So girl, we would at lunch, we would go to Young to the track. I couldn't even make it a mile. I was struggling, out of breath, tired, sweating, uncomfortable. He would pull my arm, no, you gonna finish. It's gonna get better and better with time. We're gonna change our eating habits and we're gonna go like that. And we're gonna go to work out at Planet Fitness. So we started doing Planet Fitness after we would come from the track. And I was just like, oh God, you're killing me. I can't do this. I don't
You
want to.
asked for help, Miss Fitch. You asked God for help.
I did. But when you start doing it, you know, if you don't do that, you didn't want to do it. So when I started eating better, I lost the first week, I lost like 7 pounds. I said, okay, I might really get into this. I said, let me keep going. I need your help though. I need you to help me keep going. I started picking it up, started doing it more. I started doing it without him. I started getting up in the morning and going by myself and walk before I come to work. So I started doing that. I started with 1 mile, then I started 2 miles, then I started 3 miles, got all the way up to 5 miles. And then I advanced and started going to Stone Mountain.
Now that's when I had to drop out. When Fitch kept come on, Dr. Simmons, come on. I said, I ain't finna go. I ain't finna go to Stone Mountain, Miss Fitch.
Yes. So what Dr. Lawrence told me, he said, now you can't get comfortable in one type of thing. You got to start doing other stuff. I said, he said, because your body will start island down and you won't lose the weight if you don't switch your stuff up. I said, okay, but what do I like to do? I said, I love water. I said, let me try water aerobics. Girl, went into that water aerobic class and fell in love.
It feels good, don't it feel?
Girl, it feels so good. And what feels so good about it, you don't ache the next day.
Right.
Unlike land aerobics. And when I started doing my research on it, I realized that you burn more calories in the water than you do on land.
I did that one summer myself, Fitch.
You did?
I did, and it does feel good.
It feels good. I was breathing better. So I started picking it up, girl, and then I got addicted. So I started going. First, I was going 3 times a week. Then I started going 4 times a week. Girl, I get up, sometimes I'll do 7 days a week.
Wow.
7 times in a week. The most I've done was 12 times in 1 week. I went to 12 classes. Sometimes I would double up on a day. Sometimes I go, like when we were out on breaks, I go 3 times a day. Because that's just what I love to do. I've gotten stronger. I've breathed better now. I love it.
And you told me last week, you said, I'm going to be on medication.
Oh, I'm awesome.
I knew you would. Didn't I tell you? I said, Fitch, you ain't going to be on that medication. And you talked, that was last week, wasn't it?
Yes, I went to go see my doctor last week. Right. She said, you don't need to take it. You good.
Look at God.
And what's so beautiful about it, I've been on blood pressure pills for 12 years.
Wow.
12 years. And everybody said, oh, you're not going to get up. That's just going to be a part of you. No, it's not.
No, it's not. No,
it's not. And my eating habits and the way I changed up my eating habits and my exercising, I don't even want no medicine. Just vitamins.
Look at that.
I said, thank you, Jesus.
Now, what are some of the things you had to change as far as your diet?
On the diet. First of all, I have conversations with myself. Let's talk about that first.
Okay.
So, you have a plate of food and I'll say, are you hungry? First of all, are you hungry? And then I look at it. Am I hungry? No, I'm not really hungry. Okay, put it down and don't eat if you're not hungry. So I won't eat it if I'm not hungry. Now, when I do get hungry, I also do it in proportion. So instead of eating a whole sandwich, I'll eat a half a sandwich. I don't drink any more sodas. Stopped that some years ago. Don't drink any juice because that has a lot of sugar. I try to stay away from bread as much as possible, rice, potatoes, but I don't want to be completely keto because that's not realistic to me.
Right.
I just wanted to change my lifestyle, but I didn't want to be strict and hard on myself because I do enjoy those things. And there's nothing wrong with having it in moderation.
Right.
So I keep everything in moderation. I really didn't change too much. I incorporated, instead of having one vegetable, have two. Instead of having one piece of fruit, have two pieces, or, take up more room with vegetables and healthy stuff versus the bad stuff. I stopped eating candy. I don't eat chips and all that kind of stuff in moderation. So instead of a bag of chips, eat 2 or 3 of them out the bag and then put the bag up. Because you don't need it. You just want that taste because it's all emotional.
Well, Miss Fitch, I'm going to tell you something I saw last week, and it just made me smile. You were in the lobby dancing up. So I said, look at you know what, y'all? Let me tell you something about me. Fitch know I like to dance.
Yes.
They know that. But when I saw her up there in the front of that lobby getting down, you hear me? I said, look at Fitch. And to me, that's joy,
Yes.
And I see that on you now.
Girl, I feel like $1 million. I feel like $1 million.
Wow.
I'm not stressed out. Nothing gets to me like it used to because I'm just releasing all that with my exercise, and it's just heaven sent. Heaven sent.
And I can't, let me tell you something. I told Fitch I'm gonna be at that wedding. You hear me?
Yes, yes.
I cannot wait because I know when you have worked on something and when God delivers you from something, oh my
yes,
God.
yes.
Listen.
And I'm so grateful.
That's why I had asked Fitch to be on here, because a lot of people don't believe, that they can do it.
Yes.
They can do it.
If you want something, you can get it.
You can get it.
You can get it. You just have to believe in yourself and have faith in yourself.
That's right.
And ask God for guidance. He will lead you the right way.
Now,
He led me.
Fitch, now she didn't stop with herself, y'all. Y'all know how Harriet Tubman could have went for freedom and stayed, but she said, let me go back and get some other folk. Harriet Tubman kept going back. This Women's History Month. That's why I said, Fitch, you got to come on here for this woman here. She has now encouraged other people at school to look. I have seen 2 people. Am I right, Fitch?
Yes, ma'am. I'm so proud of them.
Fitch has inspired them. One came back to work. I said, what? I said, what I need to do? But Fitch has encouraged 2 people. They have lost weight and they feel better.
Yes.
And that's what it's about. Once you get delivered, you help other folk. Yes. Now, Fitch ain't been able to help me yet. She been fussing at me though. It's because of my schedule. I listen. Yes. But
I'll be here when you're ready.
She always said, I'm gonna be here when you're ready, because she want me to go to that water aerobics.
Yes. And guess what? I'm in class to be an instructor myself.
You told me and we don't know where that's gonna lead to.
Right. Right. I'm in the works of being certified as we speak.
See?
Yes.
Now you know what? That might get me there if you're doing the class.
Oh, I'm gonna invite everybody.
We will have a celebrate. I love celebrating.
I do too.
So, honey, that would get me there, Fitch. Yes, it will.
Okay. Okay.
I get in there and mess up my hair and everything.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Well, get ready, because this summer is going down.
Okay.
It's going down. No excuses, no school, no class. We're gonna be in there before we have to come back for the summer.
Well, y'all,
Come back for
y'all
the
hear me
fall.
saying that I'm going to go.
Okay.
I am, because if
Okay.
she's got leading it, I know it'll be good. Now,
Yes.
Fitch,
Yes, ma'am.
are you finished or you gonna still try to keep losing weight?
If I lose any more, okay, so I started at 255.
Mm-hmm.
I am 156. I don't want to go under 150. So I have 4 pounds I'm playing with, and I can play with those for a while. But I really want to maintain at 160.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get past 160. As long as I'm 160, I'll be okay.
Because you're healthy weight now.
Yeah, well, actually, my BMI says I'm overweight.
Wait, let's talk about that. Wait a minute. Let's put a pin right there.
Uh-huh.
Now, BMI, I know that's the lingo of the health community.
Yes.
But when you're dealing with African American big boned folk, as they say, can we always look at BMI? I'm just gonna give you something to think about.
Okay.
Because you could be, they say I'm overweight. I know I'm not overweight. This Fitch. I know I'm not.
I'm not obese. I was morbidly
But your BMI will say you're obese.
but my BMI now says I'm overweight. It's a catch-22 with that, because it goes by your height and how much weight you're supposed to have on.
Well, that's true, because I'm short. However, I don't want to be skin and bones either.
I don't want to be skin and bones either.
I don't want that.
I don't want to be skin and bones. I want to be healthy though.
Yeah. Want to be healthy.
And I want the fact where I can, like, I'm a size 12. I was a size 22.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on, my doctor said I need to be 140. And I told her,
wow,
140 is too small. I said, I will meet you in the medium and do 150. But now that I'm at 156, I don't want to go, I really don't want to be but 160 and be okay with that. But
yeah. I listen. I'm not.
That's a hard
I know doctors
subject.
will not agree with what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
And this is the connecting point. So these are our personal views. There's a disclaimer.
Right.
But I don't totally always agree with that BMI stuff.
Okay. I understand.
I really
don't. I don't agree with it either. I don't agree with it either. But I also, it just depends. It just depends. I think it doesn't need to go across standard. I think it goes based on the individual.
It needs to be you're right.
Based on the individual.
To me, it's like standardized testing.
Right.
That correct. To me, that's not fair, because it's not like this, and you got people with all kind of learning styles.
Yes.
You're talking about personalizing education. Well, to personalize it, the test needs to be personalized. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I totally agree. But as long as I'm between 150 and 160, so I'm trying to just maintain what I've done so far.
Well, I think you look good. I know you feel good.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm excited to see what's coming next with you, Miss Fitch.
Thank you.
And no, I'm celebrating with you. I'm celebrating.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
And like you, I got about 4 or 5 pounds I'm playing with right now.
Right. As long as I can play. I couldn't play before, but now I can play.
But when you said something about you were feeling sluggish, I know exactly when I start feeling a certain way, I got 1 or 2 pounds too much on me.
Right.
And I got to get them off.
Exactly.
So your body will tell you.
Yes. And I was ignoring those signs before.
Yeah, your body will tell you now. Miss Fitch, you know I love you. I do.
I love you more.
And I want you, before we get off of here,
yes,
I want you to tell the audience, give them a point to ponder. What should they think about?
Think about you and your own personal journey. Don't wait for anybody. If you want something in life, you can get it. All you need is the man above and yourself.
That's it.
And that's what I relied on, and I got the results.
And she got a husband too coming.
Yes,
Lord,
yes, yes. But you know, he loves me big, small, wide, tall,
that's right.
unconditionally. So hey,
That's right.
I got a
I
win-win
love that.
situation. Yes,
I knew
ma'am.
it was a good man when I was sitting next to him. I
Yes,
said, you know, I was checking him out, Fitch.
yes,
You know, I was checking him out. He didn't know it, but I was. I
yes,
said, well,
ma'am.
you know what? Like you just said, he loved her as she was.
Yes, he really
So
did.
listen,
Really does.
it's all
It
good.
doesn't matter.
It
As
don't
long as
matter.
I got you.
That's it.
Yep.
See, I love it.
Yes.
Now, Fitch,
Yes.
when people start calling you to come speak about this journey, how
Yes,
can
ma'am.
they contact you?
They can contact me on my email.
Give them the email address.
It's Cora the Stunner at
Did y'all hear that?
yahoo.com.
Wait a minute, stop. Cora.
The Stunner at yahoo.com. And you spell it CoraTheStunna at yahoo.com.
Y'all heard that name, that email name, right? She said the stunner.
The Stunner. I'm stunting now, baby. I'm
I
stunting.
love it, Miss Fitch. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Thank you so much.
So now, I thank you again, Miss Fitch. And for those who would like to have a discussion with me on the connecting point, just reach out to me at drmarcyts@gmail.com. You can go to the website, Dr. Marcy's Connections, or join a group of creators on Facebook, the Connecting Point for Creators group. I think, Miss Fitch, you in there too, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Miss Fitch is in that group. And all you need to do is send a request to join. It's just a group of creators who are doing great things. They're doing great things. We can connect there. We can network. We can promote each other and receive daily inspiration. If that sounds like something you'd like to join, come on. We'd love to have you. And like I say every week, this is also a podcast that shows weekly on Tuesday nights on YouTube, Instagram. Instagram is doing something a little different now. So sometimes I have to just put the link for YouTube, and sometimes I don't. Just if you don't see the podcast running, go to YouTube. The link will be there. Also, you can see it on Twitter, Facebook. And you can also get it on Wednesday nights on KBCN-TV, Spotify, and Anchor. All I ask is that you share so that others will be inspired. Y'all know somebody need to hear Miss Fitch testimony.
Yes.
Somebody need to hear it. It's going to help somebody.
Yes.
And so, audience, until we get this moment again, peace and blessings. Bye-bye. I am here to invite each of you to share your amazing stories with me and the global audience. What does that mean? Well, that means I'm looking for testimonies of the goodness of God and what He's done for you that you know will inspire and uplift others and transform lives. If that sounds like you, please reach out to me at drmarcyts@gmail.com, or you may go to the website, Dr. Marcy's Connections, and fill out a form. Simple as that. Let's go ahead and share our testimonies with the world, because this is the year of the testimony. I'm looking for you. Go ahead now. Let's connect.